Greg Hoskins. My wife and I, Laura, was married here at the church in 1981, and both of our children, Clint and Ginger, were both baptized here at the church, and two of our four grandchildren attend church with us here now. So when Riley asked me about giving my testimony, of course I said yes. And so I had a few questions about time and stuff like that. And he told me to do a testimony about 10 or 15 minutes. And I got thinking about that. And 50 years of doing the Lord's work and being a follower of his, I thought that it would take like 3 or 4 hours. So I decided that I would try to condense it down. And I started at the beginning because I knew that really well. And I started thinking about how I was going to end it. And quite frankly, if I'm living a life pleasing to the Lord, my testimony should go on way past the years that I'm here on earth. And so that's kind of how I want to dwell on that today. With that said, I think that a life pleasing to the Lord is planting seeds wherever I go, that I take the gospel to every home that I enter, every place that I go, and everything that I do. I'd like that people see the light of Jesus Christ in me. And I'd like to share a couple of the times that has happened, because quite frankly, we don't get the opportunities to see our seeds harvested or even know about it. And lots of times we plant the seeds and then never really know if anybody got anything out of it. So I coached upward basketball here the very first year that it was introduced into the church, and I coached a girls' 5th and 6th grade team. I had a young 6th grade girl that I only had for 1 year, and the 5th graders for 2, of course. So then, we'll fast forward about 10 to 15 years. She called me out of the blue and she said, "Coach Hoskins, I wanted to let you know that I accepted Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior, and that I am being baptized in a couple weeks. And I wanted you to know that the devotions that you did helped me with the foundation of accepting Christ." And at that moment, I really realized that I had done something for the Lord. All the other times I was going through the motions and not really knowing, and that feeling of overwhelmed me to the point that I was almost to tears. And when I thought about that, I said, that is what I want to do from here on out. So I try to live a life that people can see Christ in me. And then fast forward another 10 or plus years, and a young couple called Laura and I and wanted to know if they could come to the house and talk with us. They had a serious matter they wanted to talk with. And of course we said yes. And they come over and we chit-chat on the couch or in the chairs and stuff. And when it got to the point that it was a very serious matter, they said that, and this is really tough for Laura and I, that it was just an overwhelming feeling, that they said that they really wanted to talk to us because we were the most Christ-like family that they had ever met. And with that, that is just an overwhelming feeling that, we're actually doing something right. And at the end of that, they went home, and Laura and I talked about that we were going to do this that we're going to make this priority one in our life. And I'd like to read the Bible verse that come to mind at that particular time. This is Matthew 5:14 through 16. "You are the light of the world. A city set on the hill cannot be hidden, nor do people light a lamp and put it under a basket, but on a stand. It gives light to all in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, so that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father who is in heaven." And we are striving to do that every day, and that our testimony keeps on moving forward with that. And that's how we're trying to live the next part of our life. And I'd like to talk to you about the end of the testimony is similar to this. Most of you might know my mother-in-law, Carol Walton. She was a great person, and one of the greatest ladies that I have ever met. Her last 5 to 10 years on earth were very painful for her, and quite honestly, she felt like she could do no more work for the Lord. And one day that she was kind of carrying on, "Oh, I'm just no good, I can't do any work for the Lord." And I, kind of razzed her a little bit and told her, oh, you just got the old woe is me's. And I said, you can't do that anymore. I said, you've got plenty to do. And she kept on, and I said, well, quite frankly, do you want a job for the Lord? And she said, yes. I said, I'll have you one next Sunday. So I already knew what I was going to do. We had a safety team here before security, and one of my jobs is walk through the church and make sure windows and doors are open and closed that they're supposed to be. And I always walked through the food pantry here at church, and I would make a list and take it home that maybe they were short of, and take it home, and Laura would shop for those items, and then we would put them back on the shelves on every Sunday morning. And we went through this for several years. So I went home and told Carol, I said, I got you a job. And she goes, great. And I said, well, it's got some parameters. I said, this is my job, so I'm going to split it with you. And I said, and if you bust a deal, you got to spin the wheel. And that is a thing that we did with the kids, and it goes back to an old Mad Max movie way back in the 80s. So, that's another story. But with that, she said yes. So every Sunday from that point forward, I would make the list. She would do half, Laura would buy our half, and we'd put them on the shelves. And she did this for years. And then one day she got the whole list from me, and she bought them all. And when I told her she busted a deal and she was going to have to spin the wheel and see what her punishment was, she giggled and laughed, and she had the sparkle in her eyes that I hadn't seen in such a long time. So of course I didn't have the guts to make her spin the wheel, but that was such a great point in her life, and she carried that on until she passed. And the family, upon her passing, they wanted to have, in lieu of flowers, money given to the Burlington Baptist food pantry. And that testimony, she passed in 2014, and her testimony is keep going on today very strongly. So my prayer for you and I is that we spread our testimony everywhere, and my hope and prayer is that at the end of our time here on earth, our testimonies go way past this time. And I would like to finish that I hope that you and I will hear the same words that I know that Carol heard when she entered heaven. That was, well done, good and faithful servant. Thank you.